Hi, everyone. This is Joelle here, and I am the founder of Happy Girl Products. And this is our first, or the first, Vaginal Health Summit. And today we're going to talk about clean beauty products and ingredients in our products. And we have here Dixie Lincoln-Nichols of Inside Outer Beauty Market. And she's just going to go over her background and the importance of having of the ingredients that's in our products, especially if you're putting it in your vaginal area. So Dixie, can you just tell us a little bit of how you got into this and a little bit about Inside Outer Beauty Market?
Absolutely. Joel, thank you so much for having me here. I feel like a pioneer. I'm getting this thing started for you. Yay! Honored to be here. So first of all, my name, like Joel said, is Dixie Lincoln-Nichols, and I am the founder of this, what I consider amazing company that was very much needed in the space. Prior to starting Inside Outer Beauty Market, I was a biological science and health educator. So I taught for 14 years. So obviously the body and science have always been an integral part of who I am. I love the body and I also love beauty. And this gave me the opportunity to merge and blend both loves to bring something that I felt was useful and absolutely needed and timely on the market. So what led me here was I had a company, a prior company called Dixie Beds, and we had just 3 SKUs. I launched the product again because I had a bit of a background in product mixing. My grandmother taught me how to extract coconut oil because we used for our skin back in the Caribbean. I grew up in this extremely small village in Trinidad and Tobago with less than 300 people.
Oh, wow.
And exactly. And my grandparents were not rich, but we were comfortable. And most of our health and wellness ingredients came from our yard, like all of the herbs and the produce that surrounded us with what we used for ingestibles and also for topicals on our skin. So I was at 6 years old in that kitchen extracting coconut oil with my grandmother. And so I always loved that. And then I have to be honest, it was Lisa Price, who founded Carol's Daughter, that really gave me an insight into, wait a minute, this is something that can be done. And I started really immersing myself in the properties of essential oils and herbs and extracts. And I decided back in 2009, I was going to kind of make a go for this. And so the idea came to be, I started making products in my kitchen, and then I'm not the kitchen type. I'm not even the best cook, even though I do, but I don't particularly like the kitchen. I'll never be a chef, and not even a home chef. I just cook because we're hungry and we need to eat.
You're like, I'm going to stay in my lane. I know that it's not my thing.
Exactly. So I got in the kitchen, I formulated these recipes, and then I took them to a lab to manufacture them. And when I got there, they gave me, what I considered were great products. But then once the products had launched, I started doing some deeper research into what was in the products. And that's when I came across some of the ingredients. A little too late, I came across some of the ingredients that were not quite wholesome. And so I dove even deeper and started peeling back the layers in terms of what our products consisted of and what they were capable of doing to our skin. And then I had to pivot. I shut that company down. But this was all a process. It's a long story that I'm not going to go into, but I eventually shut that company down. I left my job. I embarked on a self-care sabbatical because I really needed to find self-care and to really figure out what it is I needed and wanted with my life and what direction I wanted to go. And along the way, which is why self-care sabbaticals are so great, I recommend them for everyone, because along the way, you'll discover so much about what you are meant to do in this world and how you're meant to show up.
So when you say self-care sabbatical, what does that actually consist of? Is it just really focusing on yourself, meditating, traveling? Like, what, for the people that may not understand what that means, what does that consist of?
Right. So in the teaching world, teachers take sabbaticals, and basically they leave their jobs for a period of a year, 8 months, 6 months, and they go to learn, but they get paid while they're learning. Like they get paid like 85% of their salary while they're out doing that learning for 2 years or however long it is they go. And then they come back. So I kind of put a little flip on it. I took a self-care sabbatical. Really, I resigned from my job.
Okay.
That was my
High five.
I thought, exactly. I took a self-care sabbatical, and my reward was not payment because there was none to get. I left. It was the the return and the investment that I gave to myself. So it looked like traveling. It looked like becoming a health and wellness coach. It looked like studying at the School of Naturopathic Medicine in the UK. It looked like living in London for a little bit. It looked like making new friends and homeschooling my daughter for a year. All of that to me was self-care sabbatical, looking at my finances, looking at where I wanted to go in my life and the things that I wanted to do, incorporating meditation and bumping up, really amplifying the areas in my life that needed care and that needed attention. And this time allowed me to do that. And please don't get me wrong, I'm still in a self-care sabbatical because I'm always tweaking and not perfecting, tweaking and you know, just making better whatever I can with whatever resources I'm able to. So that sabbatical led me on to where I am today, because it was becoming a health and wellness coach and studying at the School of Naturopathic Medicine that really brought me to this place of, wait a minute, there is this huge market where women are spending so much money on products. And then I noticed something key there as well. Black women were spending over $7.6 billion annually on health and wellness products and on beauty products. I shouldn't say health and wellness, let's be specific, on beauty products. And they are being, still is current, present day, are being marketed the most toxic Kint products that there is. And so my thing was, why is that? And then, of course, I noticed that the clean beauty market had emerged. And I said, this is where I want to be. This is where I need to be. This is what I've been working for. This is what I have been searching for. And so I decided I would take my blog, which was then called Inside Outer Beauty, and just turn it into a marketplace. And that's the story of Inside Outer Beauty Market. We now curate toxic and free beauty, wellness, personal care, and household care products to support the body inside and out. So we don't look at beauty as slapping on some makeup and putting lipstick on or getting facials and nails done, even though that's part of it. We also focus on beauty from the inside, from within, because everything that manifests on your skin starts internally. And so we want to look at it on both sides, both internal and external simultaneously, and bring that to consumers.
Oh, awesome, awesome. Okay, so that's how Inside Beauty Market emerged. Now, your thing, in which we kind of have this in common, is, well, this is what makes beauty products: ingredients. Can you talk a little bit about, I'm always trying to just hammer into people's mind what you're putting on your skin, or even if you're putting it in the vaginal area or anywhere, it seeps into the skin. And there's a lot of dangerous ingredients out there. Would you say there's some more dangerous than others, or some that just really get you fired up and angry, that we can tell the audience to kind of look for and stay away from?
Absolutely. Oh my God, there's so many that make me fired up and angry.
Yeah,
there are some that are more dangerous than others. So we've got toxins that are produced biologically by the body that the liver is responsible for converting and removing from the body. And then we've got toxicants, which are synthetics that are produced by man, and they're introduced into products, whether it's cosmetics or food. And toxicants are harmful to the body and all living things and to the environment. Now, I'm not saying it will inevitably be harmful to you, but it can potentially be harmful to your body. And
especially if you have that gene for certain things.
Exactly. Exactly. Where breast cancer is concerned, and any other type of cancer, for example, you don't want anything exacerbating or increasing the risk that you might, trigger I don't want to say mutation, but just trigger the gene to become active, right? Because it's all about lifestyle. And if we're putting things on our skin that are getting absorbed into our skin that could be potentially harmful to our cells and how they function, that is active. That is a route to activating genes, right? And so we want to inhibit that and mitigate those risks as much as possible. So putting clean products, quote unquote clean, or toxicant-free products into your body, on your body, and of course, yes, into your body because of the foods you eat, is extremely important. And there are several known ones that I think everybody already know about. So you have the parabens and the phthalates and the sulfates and the mineral oils and all of those stuff. They're dangerous for the body because toxicants can cause neurotoxicity, interfering and damage to the brain. It can cause DNA damage. It can cause infertility issues or reproductive issues. Some of them are carcinogens, which means that they are cancer causing. Some of them cause allergies to the skin, which means they're allergens, right? And the list goes on. And knowing that these are in the products allows customers to become informed. So it's all about really informing customers so that they can go to the counter and spend their money as informed consumers, knowing that, hey, I know what's in this and I make a choice to purchase it, whether it has toxicants in it or whether it doesn't. Arming them with the tools that's needed, and that comes from education, that comes from awareness, telling them, hey, parabens are preservatives and they're associated with hormone disruption, and it mimics the hormone estrogen, which can create so many horrible effects in the body. One, for example, it's the liver's job to detoxify and remove estrogen from the body, excess estrogen, that is. When it uses up what it needs to for the body and the excess is there, it needs to be removed. A lot of times, because the liver is on overload, it can get dumped back into the blood. And studies have shown that it is this excess estrogen that's slightly changed when it's dumped back into the blood that's associated with estrogen-sensitive breast cancer, right? There is also progesterone-sensitive breast cancer. So again, when we're talking about hormone disruptors and ingredients that are interfering and mimicking your hormones, you're on dangerous ground. You never know where on the scale of potential harm you may fall, but we love to err on the side of caution, and we feel like better be safe than sorry. So why put it on your skin if you don't need it? And there are so many products on the market that are eliminating and removing these ingredients from the product. So know your product ingredients. And there's something I want you to be very mindful about. And that is the fact that don't fall into the trap of, if you cannot pronounce something, that it's not good for you. Know what that something is before you make a decision that it's not good for you, because even the good things like the essential oils have very complicated names, biological, science names, and genus species name that I can't even pronounce all of them. Sometimes I have to sit and break the syllables up before I can get the thing right. And I'm like,
or make up a word like I do.
Exactly. So be mindful. There are organizations out there that you can tap into, like Think Dirty app and EWG, the Environmental Working Group, where you can plug those ingredients into a search
That's
bar.
awesome.
Yeah. They'll tell you what the potential risks are so that you are aware. It's a search. Who knows? I probably will be coming up with an app. I shouldn't be putting this out there, but it's actually a dream of mine. I've always wanted to come up with an app that somehow helps people to navigate the ingredient listing and having that information be accessible to them at the click of a button. I mean, we're in the age of cell phones where everything's Think Dirty is a good app, so check that one out as well.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. That's an excellent idea.
Yeah, and one thing I want people to know, I didn't mention, is that 60 to 65% of everything you put on your skin is absorbed into your bloodstream. So just think of that. You're putting all of these ingredients, and women use approximately 25 products. That's just on the high range, but more or less like 11 to about 25 products per day on their skin. Times that, if you're a woman like me, or a person, not just women, because it's not gender specific, men, children, everybody puts products on their skin. And so times that by 365 days a year, right? It's what I look at is toxic accumulation. Not everything's being removed from the body as speedily as we want it to. So a lot of it is building up, and it can actually do our bodies a disservice. Yeah.
This is awesome. This is awesome, Dixie.
I
This
feel
is
like
awesome.
it's information that people need so very much. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes. So can you tell everyone where they can find you and find out some more awesome information? You're just so knowledgeable about this.
It's my love. It's what I love to do. So you can find Inside Outer Beauty Market at insideouterbeautymarket.com or at iobeautymarket.com. You can also find us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn at at Inside Outer Beauty Market. And we have a store in Allentown, Pennsylvania. We are on 26 North 6th Street. If you're in the PA area, our goal is to move out of the Pennsylvania area. So we'll let you know when that time comes, but that's our goal. But for now, we're online. If you want to learn anything, check out our blogs, and also you can check out our store. We always have stories in Instagram. So, you know, with some information, I have a Self-Care Sunday series I'm doing. Every once in a while, I do a Q&A. So hop on, you know, just join the tribe and let's learn together.
Yes, absolutely. This has been phenomenal. Is there any closing remarks that you would want to leave us with? You've covered so much already, but is there anything?
Okay, if anything, I would just like to say, know your product ingredient. Learn how to read product labels. I think that's one of the best places to get started. When you go to the store and you pick up a product, just look behind it. Don't be overwhelmed. There are websites and just Google how to read a product label and you'll find tons of information on there in terms of what to look for when you're looking for product labels, because that's the first place that you are going to get information about what you're putting on your skin. So if you know some about the products that you're putting on your skin, then you'll be able to say, I'm not going to get this, or I'm going to get this, so this one's okay. And look for companies that are transparent, that are listing their ingredients. They're not afraid to. If you come across a company on the internet and you don't see any ingredients listed, I would pass if I were you.
Yeah.
Transparency is key. We want you to know what you are purchasing. And again, it's all about being an informed consumer.
Yes. And not just looking at the front of it and say, oh, this says it's all natural, because that's just marketing.
Exactly, and it's pretty, and that's a whole other conversation we can get into.
Yes.
Terms of Product Safety Act, but I am not going to get in there. Go look at the Product Safety Act, which was introduced.
We're gonna bring you back for that.
Yes. So get me started. Joelle, I have had so much fun. Thank you so much.
Yes, this is awesome. You are so knowledgeable, and thank you. And we will definitely have you back on again. Thank you.
Love to be back on. Bye. See you guys. Thanks so much for listening.
Okay, great. So everyone, just make sure you tune in next time, where we'll have science and medical professionals come on, and experts just talking about beauty and health and vaginal health. All right. Thank you. Until next time.